This is the Five Nights at Freddy's storyline, as interpreted by me, so if you've always been wondering what exactly happened in the FNAF games, here's your answer. To the experienced theorists, this is not really a theory. Please keep in mind that this was made for fans of the FNAF franchise who aren't interested in theorizing all day and trying to figure out every bit of lore by themselves. So please don't try to debunk this in the comments. If you want much evidence provided for what you read, or me explaining stuff I haven't addressed in this post, I might do another version of this for the master theorists out there. It all started in the year 1973. Why 1973? Because Phone Guy said in one of his calls from FNAF 1 in 1993 that the robots already exist for 20 years. A restaurant called Fredbear's Family Diner opens, featuring an animatronic character called Fredbear. A few years later, an incident occurs outside the building. A man, fan name, Purple Guy, drives by in his car, kills a child standing outside the diner, and escapes. This incident can be seen in FNAF 2's death minigame, Take Cake to the Children, often referred to as Save Him minigame. There was one boy, though, who witnessed this incident. Being traumatized by what he saw, he never wants to go to this restaurant ever again, but is brought back there every day by his brother and his friends, who keep scaring him their animatronic masks. The masks and toys are merchandise from a TV show called Fredbear and Friends, featuring animatronics that have not yet existed during that time. The boy is backed up by his Fredbear plushie, a plushie possessed by the soul of the child the boy saw getting killed. A few years later, 1983, Fredbear's Diner has expanded and its popularity has grown. It now features an animatronic called Spring Bonnie. It's the boy's birthday, celebrated in Fredbear's Diner. The boy hides under the table and cries, but the brother and his friends start bullying him and drag him over to the show stage, where Fredbear and Spring Bonnie are performing. Knowing that the boy is scared, the brother takes him and puts him in Fredbear's mouth, accidentally chomping the boy's head. In the hospital, the boy has nightmares of animatronics that try to hunt him down and kill him. This is the gameplay of Five Nights at Freddy's 4. After 8 nights of nightmares, the brother comes to the boy's bed and apologizes for what he has done. After that, the Fredbear plushie appears in the boy's mind, along with the other plushies that belonged to the boy and had always been his imaginary friends. The Fredbear plushie tells the boy he'll take care of him and promises to put him back together, creating the puppet, a marionette containing the boy's soul. The spirit of the Fredbear plushie lives on as a ghostly entity known as Shadow Freddy. Fredbear's Family Diner has to close because of the incident. Not long after, another company, now named Fazbear Entertainment, buys the name and opens a new chain of restaurants called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, featuring Fredbear's friends from the Fredbear and Friends TV show, Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie, Chica and Foxy, along with 2 new wearable animatronics, Springlock suits, named Golden Freddy and Golden Bonnie, and the marionette possessed by the little boy. Those Springlock suits are dangerous to wear though, because the spring locks holding the animatronic parts back to provide room to climb inside in the animatronic costumes can snap back very fast and cause injuries to the body. After a while, multiple simultaneous spring lock failures occur at one of the sister locations of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, crushing and killing an employee inside a Golden Bonnie's suit. The employee's soul lives on as Ruafsfask, otherwise known as Shadow Bonnie. The spring suits are deemed temporarily unfit for employees by the company, and nobody is allowed to wear them. Until Purple Guy, the murderer, returns. On June 26, 1985, he uses a Spring Bonnie suit during late business hours and leads 5 children into the pizzeria's safe room, a room that was constructed for emergencies such as bleeding out in a spring suit and is always off camera, and kills them there. After that incident, the safe room is sealed by the company. Then the marionette finds the bodies of the children. He already saw a child getting killed years ago in front of Fredbear's, so now he wants to save the kids and stop their killer. He puts the bodies into the animatronics Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy and Golden Freddy, and gives the kids' souls new life in the animatronics. Soon after, the suits start to leak blood and mucus, and the restaurant has to close. 2 years later, in 1987, the company tries a grand reopening. They build a new, big pizzeria with new animatronics based on the toys from the old Fredbear and Friends show. They are equipped with new technology and facial recognition software because the company doesn't want any other incidents to happen. Purple Guy starts a job as a night guard and tampers with the animatronics, making them aggressive towards adults. He complains about the animatronics' behavior and stops working as a night guard. Shortly afterwards, he kills another 5 kids in the hallways of the pizzeria. The marionette tries to save the kids again, but is stopped by Purple Guy. Then Jeremy Fitzgerald starts his job there, the guard you play as in FNAF 2. The animatronics are still aggressive, and after 6 days of work he's moved to day shift, for one final birthday party before the place closes. On that birthday party, Jeremy is bitten by the aggressive Mangle animatronic, losing a big part of his frontal lobe. This incident is referred to as the well-known bite of 87. After that incident, the toy animatronics are scrapped, and the other animatronics are no longer allowed to move around freely during the day. 1993. The old animatronics are repaired to be used again at the old Freddy Fazbear's Pizza location. But the company can't recover from the tragedy that occurred many years ago when the kids went missing, and they can't find a buyer. In FNAF 1, Mike Schmidt works as the final night security guard before everything closes by year's end. After the pizzeria closes, the Purple Guy comes back and wants to destroy any evidence against him. Shadow Freddy, the soul of the first child murdered, leads the animatronics to the killer's location, knowing that their souls would be freed if the animatronics were destroyed. The killer takes his chance and dismantles the animatronics, releasing the kids' souls. Trying to flee from the ghosts, he puts on the old Spring Bonnie suit lying on the floor. The spring locks in the suit snap back and crush Purple Guy's body inside, killing him. 30 years later, a company decides to open a horror attraction based on the unsolved mysteries of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. They look for relics and old animatronics in the pizzeria, and find Spring Bonnie, now known as Springtrap. They take him over to the attraction, where Purple Guy's soul attacks the night guard working there, the night guard we play as in FNAF 3. The puppet notices and burns the place down, killing Purple Guy a second time and allowing all the children's souls to move on to the afterlife.